Hello, my name is Kamal. I am from the clouds. I'm a human now, but I used to be a raindrop. Word up, I'm really good at putting words up. I make them levitate and circle with the birds. I don't need to force it, I let it occur. Whatever occurs, thank you. Feel like I was touched by an angel. Once again, a whole nother angle. I got a lot of holes in my angle. I got a lot of love and a whole lot of ignorance, and that's a good thing if you want to relate. I'm just trying 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 to relate. Presence, now, presence, come out, It's come out like a power with an M. I get down like gravity, rackety rappers and raps rapidly follow the rapid into the rapids of being rapping and rattling, rattle riddles and rivets into the sky. I'm a rebel, feeling riveting, rhythmically right, and vigorous, spinning right to the rhythm, whittle the side eye. I am the killer in the grasses. I am the kid in the corner with the glasses. I am the specter, you should respect her. I don't expect the special, ain't special. I don't expect nothing. I'm just really glad I can say something. That's a blessing. Ain't no stress affecting my presence. But sometimes the pressure keep pressing. Worst keeps my impression impressed. That's the way to relate. I'm just trying 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 to relate. From the presence now. Presence, come out. Come out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got the Knox in the house, right? And I go by the name of Wyclef. I bought the band. And we need all the ladies to report on the dance floor. And you know my slogan, no fighting and no... Pop and knock it when I mention.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Looking at today's matchup, you'll see two teams who both believe in the running game as they rank in the top 10 in rushing TDs. It's the Dolphins going up against the Rams. So, for the call of this Week 11 matchup, let's hand it over to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, we haven't had NFL football in this city for 22 years, but football is back here in Los Angeles. Straight ahead, a good one on tap here between the Miami Dolphins and the Los Rams. Here's carry for Keith. Just a yard on the there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Time to feature the offensive starters, and our first chance to get a look at Parker.
Devontae Parker came out of Louisville with a guy who was known as a mature receiver. Runs routes really well, but the best part of his game, he'll jump over you at the end of a route and go get the football.
So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. Another carry for the rookie Drake. And he's brought. Pick up his there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Kenyon Drake was an interesting evaluation out of school because you saw all the talents. You saw the run right there, and there's a big reason why you want him to have the ball in his hands. You knew he could catch it out of the backfield. He was big time in the return game. His only question mark, durability. Injuries throughout his career.
Well, he's healthy right now and productive on that run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Johnson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned the drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that hurts. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
I'm still astounded by the recovery of Todd Gurley from the knee injury at Georgia, the offensive rookie of the year in his first season.
Yeah, over 1,100 yards, and now, they drafted the rookie Jared Goff. Kind of see their future, but so much of the focus has to be on Gurley this year, doesn't it?
And the future comes if Todd Gurley keeps running the football the way that we've seen him run it in the past, because that will make it easier to rookie quarterback.
And a nice little broken tackle run there by Todd Gurley, the 10th pick in the 2015 draft.
And that's what you get with him. That speed, able to catch the ball in the backfield. Many people doubted him coming out because of the knee injury in college. We're seeing the full Todd Gurley now, and it hurts. So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And a catch made by Kenny Brent. That he's brought down. It's a pickup of 14 there, and that leads to a Los Angeles first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. First down. It'll set 2nd and 7. And this offense certainly hoping that a veteran wide receiver in Britt can set the this one.
And we've seen better maturity out of him as his career has gone on, but no lack of speed. He can still get deep and hurt a defense.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Leopard.
Here's Goff. Second down. Down he goes. Kiko Alonso, the offseason pickup from Philly. Leading the surge there. He drops a loss of 6. And the O-line will have to do a better job protecting here on 3rd down after that sack.
All right, here we go.
Long. It's gone. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The Dolphins' new signing from Buffalo, Mario Williams. He's the one to get in this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. And this will be taken at the 13. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return, and it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now set to take over. And following the interception, they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team mistakes. What they're hoping is the last mistake is their only one.
And coaches Jarvis Landry. And all the way in for a touchdown. Jarvis Landry, 77 yards. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at teams play the game, complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of
Time for them. Took the words right now.
Let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
To throw on second down is Goff. And it's complete. Owen Daniels. And he'll be taken down.
Isn't it? Big routes. It used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
As a guy carrying the ball, your eyes are going to direct your feet, and you're hoping they carry you to the open spaces. But it's awfully difficult at times because you have so many things you have to look out for. Where's the line blocking? Where's the traffic coming from? Tough to find open spots.
That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's brought down. 15 yards there on the catch and run. Opportunity.
All right, I'm doing my rudiment out there. That's his 3rd catch here in the 1st quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both. And he'll be taken down here. The first back line to begin the second with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Here's Goff. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Owen Daniel. Touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And his kick is right through. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins now. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1 play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1 play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was really easy last. They can't expect forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. And they're able to get this one across 35. Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time, and it paid off on that play.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And it's 1st down, Miami. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Tannehill hands to Drake. And he this one down to the 45. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage, get low, get bowled over by offensive linemen, have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Tannehill now to throw. And he has Carew. Call it a gain of 10, and they pick up the 1st.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we Picking up the first. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Cameron the man in motion. Right back to Drake. Bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Trying to drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And that is incomplete. The intended receiver there, Kenyon Drake. And 4th down coming up. On now the Miami field goal unit. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
And he nearly broke that for more. It is. They'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Let's go!
They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. And that's complete to Brian Quick. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Here we go.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And a short gain here down to the 22. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout.
Here we go. 3-19.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. Austin's got it left side. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. And never good on a pass completion there to go the lost yard.
For some reason, it seems to work better when you throw it down, all downfield running it that way, doesn't it? In this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized. Execute lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and in film.
Brian Quick, the intended target, and that brings up 4th down.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him, an incompletion as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And Zerline pulled it. Zerline pulled it. It's no good. Wide left. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
On the move to his left. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but That's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Back to the air. Tannehill on second. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Off play action, Tannehill. It's caught by Carew. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. It's a pickup of 21. Now here we're going to get a timeout by offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Fresh set of downs here.
Hey, 17 George, watch 17. Single, slot. Set, wide, 20. Wide, 0.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And Cameron has it over the middle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On 1st down, Drake. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenyon Drake with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. It's good to make it 17-7. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? The football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
On 1st down, it's Tannehill. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on 1st down.
That gave them a little extra confidence there, starting, as you said, in a tough spot and being able to make a play on 1st down.
Tannehill, and that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the they think they've got a completion, and the ball's almost someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. Throwing on third down, Tannehill. That'll be incomplete. 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Everything looked right except the conclusion. He dropped it. And going into a little bit of traffic, maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where it was going to come from.
I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As cross country to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando with our halftime report. Here's Larry Ridley. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. To return, here's Michael Campanaro. And he'll be brought down 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real important drive. We often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them start the second half, too. And they're scripting things that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Still a couple yards the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the and that way you often control the game.
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. A look at the offense now here coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion, the tackle by Tremaine Johnson.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you. One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. From the gun down, Tannehill. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now Austin. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The Rams offense now making their way out to take. And with this deficit, can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right? The punter.
The Dolphins this time, and they bring him down. Cameron Wake, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. To throw on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
So many components go into a well-executed pass. You've got sell. Offensive line's got to sell like they've missed blocks, and then they move out, and they're out in front of the running back. He's got to sell that he's trying to block, and then he slips out into the route. The quarterback is...
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. And Ndamukong Suh, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. Well, that was the fly route for a touchdown, and since he caught that one and scored it, I got to tell the story. Before the game, we were standing there. He was running deep routes, dropped one. It bounced up and just hit me right in the gut, and I said, come on, man, but there was no drop.
Yeah, you okay now?
I'm good.
All right,
I'm good.
We got the ice pack up here. You're just fine. What I loved about it was the subtlety of the route, because everyone knows he's fast. They're going to play him for that route first and foremost, but sometimes it's a head fake. It's varying your speed off the line of scrimmage. It's giving the defensive back different angles to think about. Is he going inside? Is he going outside? And then, as you noted, he just took off past him. Oops, there he goes again.
On his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. The linebacker, Koamisi, brings him down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Let's go.
On second down, here's Goff. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want. Better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue, line it.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. That one goes for 34 yards. And it'll be first down Rams.
I think it's got to be extremely frustrating and scary to try and game plan against Tavon Austin from a defensive perspective.
Yeah, we've seen him turn game, obviously, for football, and on the short routes he can take it. I mean, he's just all-around danger.
Yeah, you nailed it. You encapsulated it all right there. He's going to catch the ball. He's going to run it on offense. Just when you relax, here he comes in a return. It's terrifying for people. We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one can downfield.
Gone. Flushed out right. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
He's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. play action with Gurley. Now Goff. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Owen Daniel with his second touchdown of the year. 8 on the season. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback. Last year would have come out to the 20. This year they'll move it out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the Cardinals.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The All-Pro from 2015, Aaron Donald, in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. To throw on second down is Tannehill. And his throw here is incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incomplete, credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
It's Tannehill. He's got time in the pocket. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Here's Austin. On the return at front of 39. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about receivers, and they're usually known and fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he's great advantage.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. So the offense has it 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's gone. Flush to his right. And this is caught at the 8. He's brought down. For 16 yards, it sets him up 1st and goal.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
But it was that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And this is going to be incomplete. He was looking to get it Britt that time. And now it's 4th down. On 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right, an easy one. And is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3-and-out.
And the Dolphins offense now ready to go back out on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll start the drive with Drake. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd. Here they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got here now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Tannehill had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake, 3rd down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And he comes back with one complete. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
24. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. This will be caught at the 2. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Leonte Carew, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. And he puts it through. The kickoff unit is out on the field. We'll send this way. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time to kick that one through.
About that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about super toe.
Now Goff on 1st down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. 2nd and 10. Goff again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Austin's got it left side. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 14 there. And the Rams are going to get a first down. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of football.
50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Byron Maxwell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Dolphins getting go here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
The good signal callers will never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leg. And that's why they were able to and hit it to throw the football and force an incompletion.
They'll throw again from their own. And caught by Cameron. It's a gain of 7. All of a sudden here, down.
The timing on that one, boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Tannehill on 3rd down. And he's got him. It's the tight end, Cameron. And he will get the 1st down as he's up to the 20-yard line. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this pass.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, and running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up 1st downs and keeping the football.
And he finds some space past the 20, the 27. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you always roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on 1st down. They did that, +3.
They stay on the ground with Drake. And just a short. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on 3rd down. Here's Tannehill. And he hits the tight end. And he gets it to the 30. Good enough for a 1st down. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Drake off the give from Tannehill. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Throwing now, Tannehill. He gets it to Sims, complete. It'll be a gain of 11, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
18 yards there and a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practice. Oh, they really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find this type of a situation.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you...
Put away your enemy.